everyone, my name is NerdBuilder, and I'd like to welcome you back into another episode of our MineColonies series. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're having a great day. So, from the last episode, we have made some pretty significant changes to the town on some of our live streams during the week. I decided to go ahead and do a little bit of building in advance of this episode, just because we needed to recruit another colonist. And, in the interim, we built the second house over there. And you probably noticed at the start of the episode, we now have a town hall. So we went forward and we built both on live stream this week. And the town hall was something that's like a long time coming. It's been a project, but we've been too busy trying to get other stuff up and running. So you could see it's a very humble town hall, at least for the start. And you can see here that it doesn't really change the interface too much, but, now we have the option to upgrade, which we will look to do at some point. So, the second upgrade looks pretty cool because we get an extra bed in there. So I guess that almost serves as our bed, I suppose, there. But we also recruited another colonist, and I think he was over here. His name is Kane. And, yep, he's kind of just hanging out right now because he doesn't have a job yet. But, so this is his house over here. And you can see a few other people have showed up here. And one other piece of news to note. So in live stream 14, we finally well, I shouldn't say it like we were like hoping for it, but we had a bit of an illness break out among our colonists, with two different colonists getting sick. And it's interesting because, again, we don't have a hospital. A hospital is something that we can build and that we should build, but the cure was pretty easy for both. So in one instance, they asked, for a variation of kelp and the dandelion and a poppy, and another one asked for a potato and a carrot. And it's interesting because they cure themselves and they make this weird, it's almost like a piano, like someone crunching on a piano sound while they're doing it, because they just kind of stand there and they just keep going over and over and swatting like in the air with, rotating between, whatever it is. So, like, we had some of our colonists, or one of our colonists walking around, like, going like this with flowers, and the other one was walking around with a carrot doing that. But they have both made a recovery, as far as I know, here, because I think she's back at work. She is back at work in there. So just a little bit of information there. So again, a hospital will be something that we're going to look to do probably soon as well. But as the sun's setting right now, I'll finish kind of with the intro for what we're going to be doing today. Today, we're going to be looking to build a guard tower. And, we have 6 colonists right now. And as I've mentioned before, when we hit 7, we open ourselves up to a raider attack. And, while I have some better weapons and, a little bit more practice, we probably could use some help in defending the colony. So, as I just run over here for bed. So, I figured with our next build, and that way we could start, really growing, because I'm seeing now that we're going to be doing a lot of building in a short amount of time. And I think it's going to be important to get the defense thing figured out. And I will sleep in a second when this allows me. There we go. Still have to update the Optifine mod there. But in order to grow anymore, we're going to need this. So, I mean, you can risk it, obviously, and at this point, we're kind of going off of the MineColonies initial start Wikipedia suggestions. So now that we have all these in place, I think now we can have a little bit more discretion over what we can build and when. So we're going to go forward today, and we're going to do the guard tower. So, and I think it's very tropical-like, but I think we're going to put it near our town hall over here, because my understanding is that it protects around an 80-block radius, which, again, most of our buildings are up here. We do have some down here in the valley, our fisherman's hut, our forester, and our miner there. But, again, most of our buildings are going to be up over in this area, so I'm kind of thinking we're going to put it over here. And the other interesting note is that, right now we had to build. So the reason I built the house during the live stream was, again, we were out of space to recruit anyone. And the guard tower will actually serve as the person's house when it's built, but they have to initially have a house first. So, while Kane, our new colonist, is living in there right now, when we build the guard tower, he should be able to live at the guard tower. So we'll test if that's true as well, and that's good because again, we're not going to have to worry about building another house or starting the process of upgrading to a level 2 house. So we're going to move forward today with the guard tower here, and I just have to gather some of the supplies. Now I think probably over here. So we're going to need a bow. Let me see, because we do have one that I managed to snag after a ambush by a skeleton. So let's try here, and let's see if this will cooperate or not. Or I probably could have just used that crafting table there. Oops. All right. So let's see if we have enough. I'm gonna have to break down some wood really quick. Again, we are kind of drained on resources right now. It took a lot to get that up and going. So let's see what we need here, and then I'll probably do a little bit of resource gathering off camera. And let's see. So I don't know if it makes a difference that the bow is kind of in bad shape. Okay, so it turns out we get 2 guard tower blocks from that. So that is some really good news there. So really quick, and I think I do have a pickaxe on me still. So we're going to move these, and I guess I should move this and an axe. I haven't had to do much wood cutting lately. And we'll take this out. Very good. Alright. So let's see. So I think we're going to go... Let me take out some of these torches too, just so we can get an idea here. Alright, of how much space we're going to need. So let's start off... Let's start over here. Let's use our build tool. Alright, so we're going to have, of course, a couple different options. We'll probably go with stone. So let's see what this looks like at its highest level. That is massive. Okay. But the nice thing, too, is when you're doing this, you can see what other buildings look like at their highest, level as well. So the town hall here, extends out to here and that. So it's kind of good for planning purposes around it. So we can move slightly closer. Let's see, it's a pretty thin building. There, I'm only going to build one for now, so I know I have a second one, but we'll just kind of hold on to it. So I guess here, that leaves a little bit of room, so I guess we can have an alley, or maybe, yeah, this should be okay. Maybe we'll move over just one more. There, well, it looks like there's some... Yeah, I think this will be okay. We'll leave an alley in between the two. And we could probably bring those... Oh. Up one more. And maybe one more. Good. So it's kind of even-ish. Alright, and we'll kind of have like an alley maybe come down this way in between the two buildings. So, but that's it at level 5. So at level 1, again, not the most attractive thing, but it'll serve a functional purpose. So let's get that down there. And let me just get the build tool out of the way. And let's take a look here. So obviously we're going to have to build. And okay, so this is good. It's not going to take a ton of resources, which is really good news at the beginning, because again, we're kind of drained out right now here. So I'm just going to leave this up for just a second here while I take a note of what we're going to need. And, so here we could just see we need some cobblestone wall, some cobblestone, a couple torches, ladder, cobblestone stairs, and a cobblestone slab. So luckily not too difficult of a build. And yeah, so what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to have to gather some resources. So we're going to get everything together, and then we're going to get Maddox. I'm going to get Maddox started actually right now. Here he has been resting because again he has been really busy. But I think we'll let Maddox do what he needs to do here, and we'll gather some resources here, and then we'll circle back. We'll circle back and we'll take a look here at our guard tower. So hang on just 1 second and we will be right back. Okay, so we're back in, and something interesting just happened. That we got a message that there are some barbarians to the southwest of our colony. And, you know, I'm kind of surprised because I was in the middle of gathering resources, and actually, just in case we really have to, I'm going to swap out here for the better sword, or the sword with more durability here. So all colonists went into bed there. So let's investigate a little bit. I was in the process, basically, you know, all I needed was a few more. Okay, so I'm seeing some red dots down this way. So let's investigate and see what's going on over here. Keep our wits about us. If there's anything down here, I don't see anything. South and west. Let's head back up just in case they're somewhere else and they're ambushing. So let's see if we can find them here. Oh, I see them. I see them. There they are. Let's see, will they attack me? Okay, they will. Alright, so here we go. So we're going in the battle. Alright, there we go. One raider left. Alright, so our first encounter with raiders, there we go. Victory. Victory for us. So Nerd Builder's colony successfully defended against the intruders. Alright, so the bar is remaining on the top there, but it seems like we're out, like they're out of here. So there were only two, so luckily, okay, and there we go, it just disappeared on there. So I was under the impression that it was 7. Perhaps I was mistaken, and it is 6. Here, but this is pretty interesting. So we're getting this guard tower up at the right time here. So you can see the colonists are kind of up and moving around because, again, oh, and we got, okay, so it looks like we got a pretty big sword out of that there. A chief sword. Okay, went in main hand, 7 attack damage. Okay, so that's pretty good. A little bit better than an iron sword there. All right. But we successfully defended against that. We could see everyone's coming back out here. Yeah, I'm surprised because that popped up, and I'm over here making some more ladders. As we'll just finish up. What do I need? I was in the middle of getting more sticks. That's right. Here, so a little bit of drama here. I was not expecting that, so it's actually a good thing that we're. Yep. Uh-oh. There has been a death, and the citizens of Mornelli spawn collected before it decays. Okay, so she may have been sick. So let's take a look. Wow. Okay, so we can see the. Uh-oh. Wow, we are just getting hammered right now. Oh, shoot. Okay. That's what the issue is. Okay, so they killed her there, which I'm kind of surprised because they haven't really been. Alright, they're focused on me. Alright, so let's back up a little bit here. Okay, so not great right now. Another death, 2. There we go. Alright, so we're down. I think 2 colonists if that's in fact true. So this is actually a pretty, it's going to hurt morale. And that, so it looks like the pillagers actually attacked. So are we in fact down 2? Because again, I see 1. Unless, did that say no? Because we do have a no. All right, so our forester, and it looks like we're gonna have to do another recruit here. Okay, so Kane has taken over there, and let's see about this here, so we can see the tombstone there. All right, so I guess we'll take some of the supplies that she had out of there. Let's leave the wooden hoe there, but okay. So, not great. Kind of surprised, like I said, that they have pretty much left the colonists alone, so this is a pretty dark day here. Let's take a look at and see what's going on, see if we actually are down 2, because that is not great if we are. Yeah, so we are down 2. Okay, so we did lose no somewhere as well. Maddox is fine. Let's see, no was our... Alright, so it looks like we have a new child. Alright, so there is now happily living in the Nerd Builders colony. Okay. So this was all... And it's raining. So none of this was planned. This is pretty crazy. All of this stuff happening. So, you know, I mean, obviously, you know, we didn't have any capacity, which is why no children were being born right now, but before. But now that we have some, it looks like we picked up a child who went running off in this direction. Presumably, I would have thought to... Alright, there's Kane. I don't even know what happened to No. He was our fisherman. So I don't know what happened to him. Did he not have anything on him, perhaps? Alright, very strange all around here. So, alright, we picked up, but we did pick up, so, right now we're at net -1 for colonist, I guess, after the birth. So, a lot of crazy stuff going on, but this is more, you know, of why this is important to get this built. And, yeah, I don't think it's a thunderstorm, but let me just try to sleep. Alright, so I was trying to, before all of this, I was trying to make a ladder here, which we did. Alright, and I think we do have everything for the guard tower here, but presumably also the child will not be able to work. So this is going to be interesting. Alright, he's up here. Oh, okay, here's the child. There, alright, so the kid's sleeping. So I guess let's give her a bunch of food. We'll come back and do that. So for you... Okay, so yes. Okay. So we'll give him this stuff so that in the morning he can go and start building our guard tower. So it looks like pillagers at the end of the day are the thing that got us. Alright, there we go. So he should have everything he needs. There. Alright, so the child is sleeping while standing up. Alright. So we may not be able to staff the guard tower right away. This is very interesting. Here, but again, like, this stuff is going to happen from time to time. So I think... So right now, we probably don't have a fisherman. I'm guessing it's probably the odd person out because Kane picked up the duties of being a forester. So I'm thinking that for the time being, we're not going to have a fisherman. And we might have to wait for our youngest colonist to grow up then as well. So, but we should have room for one more. So we probably could try to recruit one more member. So I'm going to try to sleep here But I had to cut in because there's a lot going on, and yeah, so that's the message I got there. You can see mysterious warriors have been spotted south and west there, so this is good to know, and it looks like the pillagers also had decided to show up, and they also attacked, which again, I mean, I'm very surprised because up until now they haven't really attacked, and I think it's because they fixated on me, and I wasn't in the area, because again, we were over here, and I think that's why they attacked, because they must kind of go for the player first. So, alright, but yeah, we can see everyone coming out, so it looks like we don't have a fisherman right now. Let's just take a look over here and see what his ask is. So again, you know, all of them have an ask. Okay, so that's not going to happen. We haven't been to the Nether yet. I think there's some other stragglers kind of walking around. So let's go investigate very quickly. Maddox should hopefully start building in a minute. I think I got him everything he needs. I know there's... I think we do have a lady down here who apparently fell into the ocean. Here, so Nyla. So let's see what's going on with Nyla. Honeycomb. Okay, well, we don't have any bees right now. So let's see what we can figure out here for a colonist, or if we're going to have to, you know, gather some materials for that. So let me run back up here. And there was another guy walking around here while I was gathering some material, but I'm not sure what happened to him. He might have left. Because he kind of was hovering around here, so unless he fell in... Because again, we've been slowly taking this back and doing a little bit of terraforming. Let me just hop down really quick and see. Yeah, I don't see anything down here. Okay, let me run up, because I do see one more area we can check. Here. So a little bit of excitement. You know, I thought we were just going to have a building of the guard tower, which you can see Maddox is back doing right now. So we see that they're kind of just chilling by their respective blocks. We got to get her some material, and then I think with him, he probably wants an axe, because I don't think he has one. So, all right, let me, we can see this is going on, but let me just cut out really quick. Maddox will finish up the build here, and we'll cut back in. I'll try to see really quick if I could track down if there's someone else. Otherwise, you know, we'll come back to that. So the guard tower will go unstaffed for the time being. So hang tight, and we will be right back in just a second. Right, so just to cut back in, as the banner just quickly went away while I was trying to hit the record button, we had another child born. So I think technically we cannot recruit anyone. And while we're waiting on Maddox, he needed literally one more stair to kind of continue with the build. You know, I had been going down over in this direction. And let me see if she's still here, because if she's not even here, it's a moot point anyways. But, actually, I don't even see her. So I guess maybe she wandered off or something. But she had requested, her ask was only 10 sunflowers. Now, the catch was I didn't have any, because when we had gone exploring out over the ocean, we did hit a lot of flowers over by one of the local villages over there, and I ran out of inventory space, because again, I've been gathering some for beautification of our town. And unfortunately, yeah, so it looks like she left anyways, but so, well, fortunately and unfortunately. So fortunately, we did have two more births, or we had the two births, so we kind of are back up to our full citizen count right now. So we can see right here, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we do have all of them. So it looks like Maddox has a daughter, and it looks like Amora also had a child as well. So, all right. So that's good to know. It looks like Maddox is almost finishing up over here, but this has been quite the episode. A little bit up and a little bit down here. But so we're just going to have to wait for them to grow up, which will be an interesting thing to see how long this takes. And let me see what Maddox here, because again, he just needs to put the ladder up. Because technically right now, I don't think we can recruit anyone, because again, the kids need beds. And yeah, so we're kind of stuck a little bit. But I think with whichever child grows up first, they're going to be manning the guard tower here. So right now we're going to leave the fisherman's hut unstaffed for the time being. And that's because, again, we're doing pretty well on food. The thing that we really need, though, we really need resources. So, again, it's better right now to keep with the cutting down of the trees there. And we have to get our miners some supplies. But everyone else, though, for right now, the defense thing is going to be a big thing. So we'll have to follow up and see how long it takes for the children to grow up. So I'll try to report on that for the next episode. Here, again, we will be doing a couple live streams over the course in between this episode and the next episode. So, and we can see right here, Maddox just finished it up. Defense is the best defense. Very clever there. So we can see all land within 2 guard. Okay, 2 chunks have been claimed. So it looks like he did a pretty good job here. And I think they're going to request a bow here. So you can see pretty basic building here, and I was hoping to, let me just try to sleep really quick. I was hoping to show it off with a guard, but you can see right there, so the 2 new children. But unfortunately, that's not the case right now, so we're going to have to wait for the kids to grow up. But let's just take a look at the interface here. So again, no one is retained at this time. I will consider moving Kane over for the time being, just because, again, like we're good on wood. We have a lot of it, and right now, I think after all of this just went down, it may be better to focus on defense here. So it looks like, you can do some minimum stock here. So it looks like we give them some. Okay, so here's everyone that they're going to attack, which is good. Our pillagers. Yep, pillagers are on there. So I think the thing that, especially at the beginning, though, because, again, depending how many we can have, that could be an issue with one trying to take on, like, a bunch. So I'm not sure how efficient they are. I guess we'll find out there. So I'll consider moving Kane over, potentially. And, okay, so let's see what's going on here. Okay, so they're all stun locked. That's fine. Okay. No one for no, though. There, so. Okay, it's a tough day. There we can see one of our children right here, so idle. And we can see here, so I guess it's a good chance to do that. So it looks like Maddox is actually both parents here. So I'm not exactly sure how this worked out, but apparently Maddox is both. There, and yeah, so Juliana, that is her, I'm pretty sure, though. Yeah, there. Okay. So interesting mechanics about how that just happened there, but again, so we did replenish our supply pretty quickly. So it took a little bit to get there, but it's it's one of those things, I guess. But yeah, so I think we're gonna leave it here for today, guys. We'll be back doing some live streams during the week in which I may move Kane over from woodcutting to defense, just because, again, this is an issue now. I was always under the impression it was 7. Apparently it was 6, but it was a small one, so I'm guessing maybe they get more intense the more that we go. So something to keep in mind here. So something to be mindful of when you're doing your own colonies here. So, but if you did enjoy this video, please consider dropping a like down below. Really helps out the video and the channel for more people can find it. And if you do enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing down below. Again, it's free, doesn't cost anything. Until next time, my name is Nerd Builder. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.